Hey, what up everybody, welcome back. Today we have another brand new gameplay clip compilation for new games here on Nintendo Switch that you can either pick up now or pre-order, and you'll be able to pick up within a couple of days. Now if you know me or you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you know I'm going to recommend a sale. Even if it is the best game in the world, it'll be even better if you get it for less money. But with that said, the goal of the video is just to help you determine if you like the games, if you want them at all, and if you don't have to have it right away, just add it to the wish list and catch it when it drops a little bit. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like for me before you head out, and if you don't, drop a dislike, that's fine too, but hopefully the video does help out a little bit. For this video, what I'll do is I'll give you a brief description at the start of every new gameplay, just maybe like 15 or 20 seconds, let you know what the game is, and then we'll hop into the gameplay for each one. I will have chapters down below, so you can jump around and find whatever you want. Alright, and with all that, we'll dive in. Alright, and the first game that we'll cover today will be Gal Guardians, Servants of the Dark. It's a brand new Metroidvania from NT Creates, published by P-Cube, and it offers 2 playable characters, and you can play with a friend in local co-op, where you each will control one of them, or of course if you play by yourself, you can switch back and forth. The pixel art is great, the combat is a lot of fun, and the controls are tight and responsive. Alright folks, here's a few minutes of gameplay. Alright, and next we have an arcade style rhythm game called Rift of the NecroDancer. It was developed and published by Brace Yourself Games and features 30 amazing, outstanding, incredible songs. The basic idea of the game is that you have all these monsters that are coming through this rift and you have to fight them off in this rhythm-based minigame, kind of like Rock Band or Guitar Hero. It has multiple difficulty settings from easy, medium to hard, so anyone can pick it up and have a good time. Here's just one song from the game, so that way you can check it out.
What the? Three, two, one, let's rock! Now we're talking. In the zone. I'm on fire! Right on! Now we're talking. Not bad, not bad.
Alright, next we have one of the more unique games coming out this upcoming week. Is This Game Trying to Kill Me? From Sometimes You. Pretty much what this is a mix of horror and first-person puzzle solving. You wake up in this twisted cabin in the woods during a storm, and the first thing you're greeted to is this demented creature who I guess owns the cabin, coming through the window and forcing you into this messed up game. Now the game that he's offering you to play is on this little computer that you can interact with, and then when you go into the computer, it basically becomes a top-down dungeon crawling adventure game. But what's really cool is that as you interact with stuff within that world, it actually changes the environment around you in the cabin and vice versa. So you may have to do something in the cabin to open up a path within the little mini game, and then you may have to do something within the mini game that causes something to happen outside in the real cabin around you. It's a really cool game and it runs well here on the Switch, at least from what I've played thus far. Here's a few minutes of gameplay. Alright, next is 3D Don't Die Mr. Robot from East Asia Soft and Infinite State Games. Now this is an action arcade game and a reboot of the 2D cult classic. The game gives you plenty of content with multiple game modes. Whether you're a high score chaser or just somebody who enjoys a good arcade game that you can play all the way through, either way, it'll be a great fit. On top of that, the controls are great and the music is incredible. And they knew what they were doing. It's basically sensory overload the whole time that you're playing. If you're a fan of the genre, definitely check it out. Here's a few minutes of gameplay.
Target achieved. Silver target achieved. Dice chain. Dice chain. Gold target achieved. Dice chain. Dice chain. Bronze target achieved. Dice chain. Silver target achieved. Dice chain. Fantastic chain. Target achieved. Target achieved.
Alright, and finally we have JustAxe, which is kind of like an action and puzzle platformer. It was developed by Super Galactic Game Dev, and in this one we're playing as a fearless warrior armed with just a single powerful axe. Now what you can do with the axe is pretty cool. You'll be able to like throw it and retrieve it. You can stick it into the wall to then jump backwards onto a higher platform, kind of like you would do with normal wall jumps in other games. And of course there are times when you'll have to use it to solve a puzzle. Now what's weird about this game is it would be great to recommend to kids, I would think, but the later stages of the game do get a little bit challenging. and might be a little bit too tough. So it's kind of in this weird limbo state where I don't think it's going to offer much of a challenge for any veteran of the genre, and it might get too hard by the end of the game for a younger gamer. Either way, I went to play it just for some gameplay footage, and I ended up playing for like 2 hours. It sucked me in even though it is a very simple and basic game. It has some really relaxing, peaceful music playing in the background, and I just really had a good time with it. So here's some gameplay. Alright everyone, that's going to wrap up the video. Thank you as always for hanging out. If you enjoyed yourself, remember to do all the YouTube stuff and blah blah blah. And with that, I will catch you on the next episode.